Okay, now we are with Gaspard Delanöe. He's from Dijon,
Yeah.
in France. He is one of the founders, so we are very lucky to interview him. So tell me about something about your life before and after the Rue de Rivoli.
Okay. Well, before we got in this building in 1999, November 1st, I was a member of this movement, alternative movement in Paris, of young artists looking for buildings to squat, because the real estate is so expensive here that young artists cannot afford to pay a rent. And so there's been a movement since 1980 of young artists getting together and trying to break in buildings and stay like 3 months, 6 months, or 8 months, and then moving from building to building.
Okay.
So that was before.
Okay.
That was before. And then starting November 1st, 1999, with two other friends, we broke in this building because we found that this building had been empty for 5 years.
Okay.
And so we thought it would be crazy to squat a building like this in this street, which is Rue de Rivoli, which is right in the center of the city. So it was a fantastic opportunity for us. And we thought that if we could stay 4 or 5 months, it would be wonderful.
Okay.
So that's what we did. We tried to open and to clean the place and then to open the doors. And that's where we thought that it would be good to be open every day from 1 to 8, free. And so that the visitors would come and visit our place. And then maybe the place would become popular. It was very important for us to become popular so that we could oppose to the police and the people who wanted to kick us out the fact that people would like us. So that was a kind of a guerrilla, you know, a movement, a movement like this, fighting for art.
Okay.
So that was it, before and after.
And so do you think there is a lot of difference between the art here and the art show in museums like the Louvre?
Okay, so it's very different because in the museums and the institutions, it's very clean everywhere. The walls are white. The way you look is very, you know where to look because the art piece is just in the middle and white everywhere else. So you're very guided. You're like a child and people guide you to where you should look. And the art has been selectioned before. So it's kind of, you just validate something that has been thought by other people before. Here it's very different. Here you have art from everywhere, different kinds of art, sometimes very fine art, sometimes very new art. And it's the people themselves who have to exercise their taste. And they have to be thinking and asking also the artist, which makes it very different. Because in the museums, you only see the art piece. Mm-hmm. Here, you meet the artist, you see the place where he's working. So you feel very much closer to the art. And that was our main goal, was to present another way, another access to art. So it is very different from museums, and we want it like this. We don't want it like the museums. We think that for living artists, there should be many more places like this one.
Okay,
that's
so
what we think.
You're saying that even in the public, there is so many differences.
Even in the
public.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So many differences, of course. Okay. And here we emphasize the fact that artists come from all over the world. Mm-hmm. So when we have new artists coming in, we don't want to be only like French artists or artists from here. We want to have artists from very different cultures so that the visitors can see very different styles from different civilizations.
Yeah, regarding the styles, tell me something about your art. Why do the tickets, what do they represent, the tickets of the metro?
Okay, the tickets installation was something that was started by the visitors. In fact, the visitors a few years ago started to leave a trace of their passage by, on their metro tickets, writing a little sentence or writing their names, or writing a little poem, or a wish. So they started it. And after, it was just people doing the same, seeing that it was possible to leave a metro ticket, so they did too. And now there have been hundreds of people participating to this installation.
That's fantastic. That's really, really brilliant.
Merci.
And some future plans.
Future plans,
Yeah.
okay. Future plans.
For you and for Rivoli.
Well, for the collective is trying to have some partnership with different countries in the world. And so we will have a festival. We will send 3 artists in Japan next October. And they will be there for 1 month working in a small abandoned village in Japan. So that's one big project. We have one big exhibition in Bucharest, Romania, early of next June. And then we have also 4 artists that will go to Argentina in Mendoza in November of this year to make a tribute to Argentine writer Julio Cortázar. Yeah, so we have a few plans to go abroad and to still be, interacting with different groups of artists all over the world.
And last question,
Yeah.
but not least.
Yeah.
Could you give some suggestions, some advice for the new artists that are out there?
Wow, for the new artists that are out there in Paris, you mean, or are there anywhere?
Everywhere.
Difficult to say because the context is very important. I would say in Paris, don't stay alone in your atelier. Don't stay alone in your workshop because you're going to be so separated from everything else that it's going to be too high to go on. So I would say you try to get together with other artists and try to be working with other artists so that by being united and reunited, you create a force, you create an energy that is stronger than you and that can really meet the public. If you're just on your own, it's almost impossible. So I would say get together.
Okay, thank you very much for your collaboration, for your time.
Merci.
And
Merci beaucoup. Salut.
that's it.